Hey, what's going on? So originally I was going to do a reaction video like pretty much everyone does for a Nintendo Direct. But for some reason I was having some kind of audio issues, and that was kind of going on right until the Direct was going to happen. So unfortunately I do not have a reaction video for you guys. So I decided, why not make just a small, quick video, kind of like a first impressions kind of thing of how I feel about that Direct. And for the most part, it's relatively positive. It didn't blow me away, and I think a lot of that had to do with like there being a lot of things in there that I'm just not personally a fan of. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who really like farming, because that really seemed to take a large portion of the Direct. And I'm not a huge Pikmin guy, although I have seen certain fans of Pikmin being ecstatic about it, like a good friend, NintenCisco, was very happy about the news, and that's great. If you like those games, that's great. I guess when it comes to Pikmin, I've only really played like one Pikmin game, and I thought it was alright. I didn't really, lose my mind over it. I didn't think of it as like the best thing I've ever played, but if it's, Pikmin 4 is something that's been long awaited for a lot of people, so that is very nice to see, even though we barely got to see it. Seeing Bayonetta is always good. Although I'm at a point now when it comes to Bayonetta where I feel like I already know I'm buying it, so I don't really need to see anything else. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already sold on the game, so more of it is okay. It's cool, don't get me wrong. I'm very excited to play Bayonetta, but I'm not at a... I don't need to see more of it. Like, I've seen enough, basically. But in terms of the things that I did really like, I'm actually very happy to see them bringing back Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Very happy about that, because I actually never played the Wii game. There was a lot of games I missed out on during the Wii generation, because around that time I wasn't really playing my Wii very often. So there's a lot of games there that I would love to be able to play again, or to be able to play at all, really. And that's one of the games I didn't touch, so I'm actually kind of happy about that. For me, that's practically a new game, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually very happy, very happy to see GoldenEye again. GoldenEye is one of those games where I have a lot of very fond memories playing, and I'm also just happy to see the game get re-released in some fashion, because to my knowledge, that game hasn't been playable in a very, very long time. So I'm just happy to see it again. It's not my favorite first-person shooter ever, but it's just a very good one, right? Like, there's a lot of shooters even before GoldenEye's time that I would prefer, but GoldenEye is a very good first-person shooter that hasn't really seen the light of day in a really long time, and that's really a shame. So I'm just happy to see it around. Also, for anyone who owns any kind of Xbox platforms, it is also releasing on Xbox, and it's going to be on Game Pass and whatnot. So if you're someone who wants to play it in like 4K resolution, for example, you can do that. Although the Switch version, because it kind of has this built-in system where you could play the older games online, it is going to be the only version you can play GoldenEye online. So there's some reasons why you would want to play it on Switch, considering I'm somebody who is subscribed to both Game Pass and Nintendo Switch Online. I'm gonna be able to play it on either platform. So the way I look at it, I feel like I might just end up playing it on Xbox if I'm playing it on my own. But when the time comes and some friends want to shoot at each other, and I swear to God, if anyone picks Oddjob, if anyone wants to play that game online, you have the Switch version for that. I'm sure there's going to be people who don't understand that, going to be confused as to why the Xbox version doesn't have that online, but it is what it is. I'm just happy to see the game around again. I'm very excited for that. I do want to move on to Fire Emblem, because this is a game that I feel very conflicted on, because normally I really like Fire Emblem. Like, most of the time whenever I see a new Fire Emblem release, I'm very excited for it, but I don't feel that here. And I think the case for me is I look forward to it, and chances are I'm still going to end up buying the game. But I do think when it comes to character design, this is a very, very weak entry for me. I don't think I've actively disliked a protagonist design as much as I do here in this particular case. Fire Emblem Engage does not look like a bad game. It looks like the kind of game where I could play it, and because it still has the soul of Fire Emblem and it still has the gameplay of Fire Emblem, I'll very much enjoy it. And of course, you know, some fan service. There's a lot of fan service going on in that trailer, so I think I'll enjoy it for those reasons. But when I look at it from a character design perspective, it doesn't look good to me. So I think this may be the first time I looked at a new Fire Emblem game, and I'm just not that excited for it. Like, it's weird. Like, it's a weird feeling, because normally I would be ecstatic over it, but not in this case. I don't know why. Other than the designs, I mean, they look kind of lame to me. I'm sorry. But I don't want to keep this video for too long, so I do want to get into the big main thing, which I think most people are kind of talking about at the moment, which is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Gonna have to get used to saying that, because I think every time I've ever spoken to anybody about this game, it's always been Breath of the Wild 2 or the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is a mouthful, but Tears of the Kingdom is now the official title of the game. It looks incredible. And, you know, it's funny because recently I had a discussion with Andre's Restart, and we both pretty much agreed that we were gonna see the sequel to Breath of the Wild in this direct, and we were pretty sure we were gonna see something tied to, you know, the name drop, like the game's official title. So I'm kind of just glad that we're right about that. And I'm also just glad to see the game in general at all. Although the release date, being, I believe it was May 12th, is farther out than either of us expected it to be. But, you know, it is what it is. Regardless, I'm very excited for that game. The game looks really cool. It has, like, these kind of weird, interesting things going on in the trailer, and some, like, lore background, cave paintings going on. I'm sure there's going to be Zelda YouTubers all over the place, kind of, like, you know, dissecting and having hour-long videos talking about every little, you know, minute detail in that trailer. And honestly, you know, I can make fun of that all I want, but I'm gonna be one of the people providing those videos views. I'll be there on Monster Maze videos, for example, watching them. So, like, I'm excited for it. Like, I can't deny, like, Breath of the Wild is arguably my favorite game of all time, alongside Ocarina of Time. So it's kind of like, yeah, duh, I'm excited for the sequel, you know, like, what a shocker. And while I don't understand everything I saw in that trailer, everything looked dope to me regardless, so I'm just excited to see, like, the context of all of those things that they showed. Especially the weird looking manta ray flying thing. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just really excited about it. So I guess that's kind of it. I might make more videos on the games in this direct to be more specific, but, you know, that's pretty much it. So until then, just let me know what games, you know, really stuck out to you guys. Like, what game was your favorite from the direct? But that's kind of it. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Shifty, yeah, shifty, wanna be the #1 gamer, come and get me. It'd be dope if you subscribe, could you like the vid, please? Take your time, you don't gotta do it swiftly. Shifty, shifty, wanna be the #1 gamer, come and get